Hello and welcome once again to a new publication of results of LatinNCAP. In this case, we are in the first publication of results of phase 15 of the program. And as usual, we're going to start with our video showing the results. So the vehicles that we have tested in this opportunity is the Toyota Raize 2 airbags made in Indonesia. 2 airbags are standard. And the Chevrolet Montana 6 airbags made in Brazil. 6 airbags as standard equipment. So Toyota Raize made in Indonesia, 2 airbags as standard, and Chevrolet Montana made in Brazil with 6 airbags as standard. Toyota Raize achieved a 1-star result, and we are seeing here the color dummies, highlighting a marginal chest protection for the adults in the front and side impact, as well as the neck marginal protection on the whiplash. The frontal crash test showed unstable structure for this vehicle and also potential risks in the footwell area as well. The vehicle showed also a good performance when it comes to dynamic testing of both child occupants using standard anchorage points for ISOFIX. Both child seats were rearward facing, and dynamic performance for both dummies was very good, showing full protection in this case. This once again highlights and verifies and checks that the position of rearward facing for the child occupants with a proper performing child seat on anchorage points like ISOFIX, it's the way to go following the global best practices. When it comes to MDB or the side impact protection, this vehicle showed a marginal chest protection for the adults, full protection for the child dummies on the rear. We were concerned about the intrusion of the impact barrier into the passenger compartment. The vehicle doesn't offer any side airbags as standard, and that's why the marginal chest protection was relevant and visible in this test. And once again, structure-wise, we were expecting a different performance. As this vehicle do not offer side head protection standard, we were not performing the pole impacts. The whiplash testing that we are watching now in a high-speed movie showed marginal protection to the neck. When it comes to pedestrian protection, overall was good and adequate for the head protection. When it comes to the upper leg protection, we have seen weak and poor performances, and lower leg protection show overall good performances. In general, pedestrian protection, passive safety was in good levels. When it comes to ESC, electronic stability control testing, the car met the requirements and performed at good speed, so no modifiers for the speed in both MUS test cases. So the car was tested under 2 MUS test configuration, and in both of them, the car performed well without any further problems. When it comes to the Chevrolet Montana was rated 3 stars for this vehicle, showing the dummies we're seeing now in the screen with adequate chest protection, good head and neck protection for the frontal. For both adult dummies in the frontal crash test, stable structure, stable footwell area as well. As explained, this vehicle has six airbags as standard, including a curtain airbag for side head protection. In this case, the manufacturer decided to install both child dummies forward-facing with the same child seats that the manufacturer used for other cases that could have been installed rearward-facing. This is something that we highly criticize from the manufacturer and is reflected in the performance of the child occupants, which was, in terms of dynamics, quite poor, quite low to what the car could have achieved if they would have installed the child seats rearward-facing. Probably they had to make other adjustments in the seats to make that possible. And in our opinion, results would have been still good, but the manufacturer decided to go this way. Side impact protection show full protection for the adults thanks to the good structure on the side and the side curtain and side body airbags, which is once again a relevant characteristic of this model. When it comes to child occupant protection on the side impact, despite being positioned forward facing, side impact protection was good for both dummies. I repeat, both child seats using ISOFIX anchorages. The structure performed well, preventing intrusion into the compartment of the passenger's compartment. So this is also, once again, a very relevant point. The pole impact, side pole impact performance, was also good to the head in this case and offering very good protection. The full curtain airbag deployment was on time and very efficient, also preventing for potential rear passengers a good protection as well. And this was highlighted in the passive safety testing of this vehicle. When it comes to the equipment, as I explained, is a 6 airbag as standard for the Montana. We're now watching the whiplash assessment for the car. Once again, the whiplash assessment overall showed performances on good performance and good protection. When it comes to pedestrian protection, we have seen most in the head, marginal to good protections, upper leg, a poor performance, which is something that we would like to see improved, and the lower leg, a good to average performances. Upper leg seems to be a challenge for most manufacturers. Electronic stability control performance was good in this car, and also the MOOS tests performed for this car were good enough to prevent any penalization or point reduction. As a summary, Toyota Raize 1 star. The vehicle has only 2 airbags as standard, no optional ADAS. It has other optional safety equipment, but the manufacturer declined to test it and show the benefits of that. The vehicle showed unstable structure. At the same time, the performance in terms of adult occupant protection was low in our understanding. It could have been better. Side impact protection, we have seen relevant intrusion in the passenger's compartment. When it comes to child occupant protection, despite the frontal adult and the side adult protection, the child occupant protection in dynamics was good overall. Pedestrian protection as well was good for this car. When it comes to safety assist technologies, we understand this car could have achieved a better performance. Once again, Toyota Raize 1 star. The Chevrolet Montana was rated 3 stars, and main highlight, good protection overall for the adults. But from our understanding, the vehicle in terms of the child occupant performance was really poor and it could have been better. Manufacturer decided to install the child occupants forward facing, which in our opinion, and we will challenge that until the end, they could have installed rearward facing, repositioning the forward backrest and still achieving a good performance in the dynamics of this car. But the manufacturer insisted on putting the dummies forward facing, with the consequences of a poor performance in child occupant protection, and at the same time challenging the manufacturers in certain scoring process. When it comes to the pedestrian protection of this car, it wasn't as good as we have expected. A pretty new developed vehicle. And when it comes to safety assist, we would have liked this car to have some kind of ADAS technologies as optional, which is not the case at the moment. Having said that, this is all for this first publication of results of 2024. We thank you very much for your support. We would like to give our deep thanks to the supporters from LatinNCAP, Global NCAP Towards Zero Foundation, the FIA Foundation, Bloomberg Philanthropies, and the IDB. And we would like to thank you all very much for supporting us. And we see you soon for a new publication of results. Until then, thank you very much. Bye-bye.